Welcome to Black and Available, where we put Black love on the mic. I am your host, Simply Bree, and today's guest, well, she's here to tell you what she wants. So, if you are a potential match, listen closely because at the end, I will give you some instructions on how you can actually reach out with the opportunity to match with our beautiful guest this evening. This is for entertainment purposes, but we are also real. Now, I would love to welcome my lovely guest, Rebecca. How are you this evening?
Thank you. This is exciting.
I know, right? Something different, right? Please go ahead and introduce yourself. Give them your age range that you're looking for, the location that you are currently in, and what it is that you do, your relationship status, and if you have kids. And also, if you are interested in dating someone who has kids.
Okay. Well, hi everyone. My name is Rebecca. I am in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So Baton Rouge, New Orleans area. My age range is 42 to 55. Maybe even above a little more than 55. It's situational. I am just looking for someone who is as serious about building relationship and marriages. I have one daughter who is about to graduate high school and go off to college, so I'll be an empty nester. And I am ready to travel the world with my person, continue to build with my person. I am a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur. I have quite a few things going on with that. So I just want to continue to build generational wealth and live the best life ever and travel and explore and just do all of these wonderful things while being in love.
In one sentence, tell us something that you feel is true about yourself at this very moment.
Oh, my heart is open. My I want to say like my seeking for love, but because I'm very traditional in a sense where I feel that a man finds a woman because the Bible says a man that findeth a wife. So I'm kind of in that space, but I'm just all about authentic, genuine relationship connections, building and understanding that every connection is not meant to be a relationship. Some things are for business purposes, some things are for friendship purposes, or it could be just to pass you on to my homegirl. So it might not necessarily mean that there's not any love there, but just kind of having that emotional security of knowing like maybe you're not right for me, but I have someone who you'll be perfect.
Mm. AKA, she does not gatekeep you guys. When it comes to love and romance, she will not hold you to herself if she feels like the chemistry is not there. That's a good thing because you have a lot of people who, if you don't match with that person, if it's just not working out, they're not going to put their homegirls on. They're not going to put their homeboys on, right? They're going
Right.
to hold on to them for themselves. If it's toxic, so I think that that's definitely a very mature thing that you are capable of doing. Now, let's get into your day to day lifestyle. What is your everyday rhythm?
Okay. Well, I live on my phone, my calendar. Everything is on my calendar. I also write it down in a organization tablet with date, time, location, things like that, so that I don't forget. Because technology will fail us every single time. It's done that before. But just knowing the next day when I get up, I have what time I have to get started, where I need to be. I open my eyes. I start with prayer. I'm a prayer person. Like I'm always praying. So I'm not a person who feels like I gotta jump up and just be like, "Oh my god, I didn't pray," because 'cause I'm
Right.
constantly praying. Even in my sleep, I'm still praying, which it may sound a little odd, but, like, I'm one of those people that wake up out of sleep and I'll just, say a prayer and doze back off. So just going throughout the day, every day is a little different. Depends on if I have client meetings or if I have something that I need to do for myself. It just varies, but I make time for the things I want to be present for. I never want anyone to feel like, "Oh, she's so busy, her calendar is so full," but if there's something that I really wanna do or I'm really making space for this person, I'll find a way or find a way for us to do it together.
And she's
Correct.
making that clear. She has a way of managing time. Time management is very important in dating, in relationships, just in general, is very important. After a long day, tiring, may even had a little bit of stress in there. What brings peace for you?
A good meal, good drink, maybe a good TV show or a good movie, like some good music, vibes, just like hanging out. Even if it's like just hanging in the backyard, just vibing out, like that's a good thing. Like I'm always out and about work wise.
Mhm.
So I don't have to necessarily leave the house. Like I love being a homebody and just enjoying my space and my peace. And I mean, I have all of the food and snacks and drinks I could want. So why do I need to go pay for that, right?
Right, right, exactly.
Hey, I got just the full package.
Right. Now, because you are out and about, I'm sure that you have a lot of solid friends, right? So, how would your friends describe you and your energy?
They would describe me as kind of the mother hen. I'm the observer. I watch. When we're out and about, I'm watching the exits, I'm watching people, I'm watching how they're moving. I'm that person that's all like, when I tell you get low, get low. Just watch out. I'm the observer, the watcher. I watch people and how they interact. I tend to give off like this, I don't know, stately type vibe for whatever reason. So people automatically assume that I'm married or like I'm in this long-term relationship. And I'm like, no, I'm out here, wanting to date just like you. That's kind of, I think that's one part of it. I think the other part that they would say about me is that I would make like the perfect wife because I am about my family. I am about taking care of my parents. I'm about making sure my kid is good, making sure the home is good. So I'm a lover girl. I was a lover girl before Meg the Stallion. So that is me. I'm a lover girl.
See, it all makes sense. Like, you love what you do, you love the people that you're around, and then just that's just the energy that you give off. So, of course, when you go out, people gonna think that you're married.
Yeah. It's
Like,
sad but true.
because I know you are successful. What is something that you're genuinely proud of yourself for?
Being resilient. In business, there's ebbs and flows. There's great success and then there's some lows that wasn't quite so successful. And it's just, finding that pivot and moving forward and not letting that just completely shift me out of, what it is that I want to do. I believe firmly like anything that I've put my mind to or anything that I've ever dreamt because I know how to like push myself. I'm a self starter. Like I like to be hyped up, but I don't have to have like that hype push moment.
Right.
I can do it, I can get it done. But, I want a partner that I can kind of feed that energy off of. Cause not every day you want to get up, you want to do all of these things. You want to be able to be like, hey, go ahead, I got it. Yeah.
That's it. I definitely feel like that type of support, and it's the unspoken support, right? We definitely want the listeners to feel like they have actually met you.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, let's spin the block a little bit and talk about your dating past. What has dating taught you about what you need?
Dating has taught me that I need someone who's equally as mature minded, family minded, someone who's secure in who they are. That comes with knowing like they are that guy, and that they're just adding to the power within the relationship. And that there's no power struggle there. It's like there's no competition. We're teammates and we're helping each other to build and be better. Dating recently has been a power struggle, as I've built my businesses and become more social in different groups, whether that's like leadership development or just hanging out. Dating scene has become one of people wanting to connect based off of networking or what they can get out of the deal, wanting to be able to say, oh, I'm with her, or it becomes like this power struggle of, who is that? How, and I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
if I'm with you, I'm with you. Like, if I'm showing up to these spaces with you, I'm proud to have you with me. I'm proud to be on your arm. And so, having that security, that self security, when you walk in a room, it's like, that's a turn on. Like, you're that guy, and I don't want to feel like I have to stand side by side with you in conversation. Like, I want to go off and be able to hold conversations in other places. And he can do the same and not be like, oh, God, what is he talking about? I know for myself, it has to be someone who is equally driven.
Mhm.
I'm a fun facts girl. I like fun facts, just random things.
That's who I am. And so I can talk about anything with anyone. And I kind of would like to have someone that can do the same thing, just to,
Yeah.
create conversation and mystery and fun and all of that.
Right. No woman wants to feel like she's dimming her light just to be in that relationship with you.
A lot of men that are attracted to that light, and it's like a moth to a flame. They're attracted to it. Some things people also have to be realistic within themselves to say, you know what, this may be too much person for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not ready for this level of commitment with this type of person. And it's
Right.
okay to say that versus 6 months down the road, a year down the road, and now you're like, oh, I don't know.
You're right. Exactly. Like it's too much pressure, right? So, because those type of situations can be draining. What helps you in a relationship feel emotionally safe with someone?
Emotionally safe feelings come when adversity arises. At any point in our lives, something can happen. We're all at an age and we're all just humans, like things happen in a blink of an eye. And so being able to say, I'm not feeling my best because of this, and authentically being able to know I can just say it and there's no
Mhm.
judgment. You're not going to feel any kind of way about it. I don't have to be politically correct in this moment. That's what gives me security. That lets me know you got me. That lets me know you're gonna show up for me just like I would show up for you. And I think that for myself, not being able to always let that wall down, that's kinda kept me in this space of I don't wanna do that struggle. Like, I want you to be my person. Like, I want to be your person. We all come in to some relationship with close friends, best friends,
Yeah.
but I want us to be best friends,
Mhm.
like, I want us to build that bond that is unbreakable, even on the days where I don't like you very much and you don't like me very much, but the love is still there.
Right. Yeah.
Make sure you ate. I mean, I might have a little attitude with it, but the food will still be good.
I ain't gonna throw the plate at you.
Yeah.
So now, because we all can work on ourselves and we should all be working to improve and be the better person, regardless of if you're in a relationship or not, what is something that you're currently doing to make you a better partner?
Self-evaluation, just thinking about different situations and how they could have been handled a little differently, whether that was handled them better or if I feel like it was handled the best way, what are some other ways that it could have gotten better than where it was, or some marks that may have been missed? There are some communication cues that may have been missed in certain things. And it's just kind of like, okay. Now, to be fair, when you think back on some stuff, you get mad all over again. Now you're like,
Yeah.
know, so it's like, yeah, I meant that. That's what I meant. But
Yeah.
realizing like certain things didn't have to go from 1 to 10. Some things
Right.
were like a 1 to 3. Or having emotional intelligence to say, let's not talk about that right now. Let me process it. We'll circle back at the end of the night and then we'll discuss it, or not letting things linger. I hate having an argument and it's 2 days, 3 days, 2 weeks later, and we still talking about it. I'm like, because now your brain has created all of these multiple scenarios that
Yeah.
all of these different thoughts, all of these things, what could have been said, and they didn't even happen. So now you're trying to figure out, well, what really happened based upon the facts that you know versus what your brain has created. So now it's
Mhm.
like, man, it's 2 weeks later. I don't even remember.
You can't be waking me up out my sleep because you still want to argue. We were done with that. Like we done kissed, we done hugged,
Hey, we done made up dinner, all that. Be great. And
and
now
you still mad.
it's Christmas Eve and you mad again. What?
Make it make sense. Speaking of making it make sense, let's talk about what it is that you're seeking. Because we are all intentionally seeking or intentionally dating for long term, what does intentionality look like for you?
Paying attention. I notice small details and I realize everyone's not like me. Day one, if you have a hole in your sock and I see it, day two, you have a hole in your sock and I see it. By day three, you're gonna have a new pair of socks.
Look,
That's me. And
yes.
everyone's not like that. But like pick up on the small clues. Like make yourself aware. I like Cheez-Its. So when I come to your house, like it shouldn't be too much to just have a box of Cheez-Its at your house for me. Just like
Yeah.
small little details. And again, I get some people aren't small detail people. Some of them you have to tell them with a billboard, you have
Yeah.
to tell them with a blowhorn, you have to tell them with a spreadsheet. Get it.
Yeah.
Just being more intentional on learning that person, what they like, what they don't like, what makes them happy, what is a trigger. Like, it's so many different things to make a relationship work off of small details of paying attention. That's
Yeah.
it, just pay attention.
Yeah.
Like, send themselves text messages. Like, as far as, like, if you tell me you like your steak medium, okay, until I know just out of habit, he likes his steak medium, favorite color is blue, stuff like that, so that you
Yeah.
kinda keep a list of ideas for, just because if you aren't able to fully verbalize how you feel, there's YouTube with a million plus trillion songs, like,
Yeah.
just ways to romance and woo and just do all of the fuzzy, warm things that women really enjoy, and in return, I do the same thing, like, I
Right.
give out what I want to receive.
What kind of relationship are you interested or even open to building right now?
One that is, like, forever, everyone says they want forever and ever. I mean, I'm already in my 40s, so we have, like, 50, 60-ish more years,
Right.
depending on the age of the gentleman, who knows? But ultimately, like, whatever it is, it just, like, an organic, true love story. Literally something that when you share the story of how you met and how everything just fell in line and they can just
Mhm.
feel the love and they can see it just oozing out of your pores, like, I guess it could come across like fairy tale, but, it happens for some
Right.
people. They meet and they fall in love, and you can just see the love just, like,
Yes.
off of them,
Yes.
like, so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone who is equally, vested in dating to marry and is really serious about marriage in a way of not just the wedding for the show,
Mhm.
not for saying that they're married, but really having their God ordained person.
Yeah. And then once you find them, you get angry because you're like, where have you been all my life? You know what I had to go through?
Exactly. But
Now,
they say that time may not have been the right time, and now
yes. Look
yeah,
at it. And she's optimistic, you guys.
very, very it's helpful.
Now, what values matter the most to you in a partner?
Family, faith, definitely love God, fear God, respect God, love your family. I've always been taught, like, how a man treats his mother, how he treat his wife. In some cases, that's true, in some it's not. No, have if you have children, what is your relationship with your children? Like, can they come to you for anything and everything? What is the relationship with your friends? Like, are you someone who's dependable, reliable, Johnny on the spot? Things that people not that they would say positively about you just because they wanna see you with someone, but, like, it's proven. Like, this
Mhm.
person is solid. Like, there's no doubt about it. But definitely, God, faith, family, finances, good with money, able
Mhm.
to manage a budget, not just spending, spending, spending because it's there, and just, like I said, being mindful. Be very mindful. Be generous. Lately,
Now, are there any deal breakers that you would like to name?
the only deal breakers that stick out immediately would be, not Christian. Could lean in to say like multiple children with multiple women. I think it's circumstantial
Right.
depending on what it is, not financially responsible. Because we live in a time where you could be working today and not be working tomorrow for like 6 months or,
Right.
however
Yeah.
long. So able to save and budget and still be able to provide like a really good life. Still being able to do things together and continue to build together and find new ways to create income and create, just different things for our family to continue to have.
Right, right, definitely. And those who are watching and listening, I want you to understand that this is not to disqualify people, but rather to help the right people recognize themselves. So that is why I asked the question in regards to the deal breakers, because this is not pop the balloon. Okay.
Oh, and this is not AI. I'm a real person. I'm a real person. 100% real person.
That's it. So now we're going to do what I call the connection check. I am going to name a few options and I want you to pick just one. And we can go into why you selected that. First one is your ideal first date. We have coffee, dinner, an activity outdoors, museum, or a lounge.
Dinner.
Okay. And why dinner?
It's more relaxing. It's toward the end of the day, so you're not as like you tend to start kinda going down that calm down type period, I feel, with dinner, and then dinner, it doesn't necessarily have to be, like, at 9, 10 o'clock. It can start earlier, like 6, and just kinda last a bit longer so you have more time to talk, more
Mhm.
time to decompress, more time to, just kinda just really get into the conversation. I feel like with coffee, it gets rushed, it gets loud. Same thing, you get rushed because then they're trying to close and then it's quiet. I like to laugh and I like to be silly sometimes.
Okay, that's a good answer. You feel most loved through quality time, acts, words, touch, or gifts.
Honestly, all of like
No, you can't do that. We gotta select one.
saying acts of kindness, acts of service.
Okay.
How what someone does for you just out of the kindness of their heart lets you know how they truly feel about you. Even though I am legitimately all 5 love languages as a person bottled into one, but I just feel like people can be nice to you, but they don't have to be kind. So
That's
being kind and just doing something for someone outside of yourself without expecting something in return, that shows really how they feel about you.
right. Yeah. Especially if they're paying attention.
Yes.
Okay. You can appreciate a partner who is more emotionally expressive, steady, playful, or driven.
Steady. I say steady because you know what to expect. Like, you kinda know that they're just on this even, you
Mhm.
know, and then you also know because, like, most people that are steady, they're rooted, they're
Okay.
grounded. If they go up here, that's because you went too far. Too far, you pushed them way too they're steady all the time, and they're just pretty much, like, go with the flow, even keel all the time. It's like, you know that that's gonna be just how they are, and then
Mhm.
certain things, push them out of that, then there's a concern as to know why this person
Mhm.
here or why they're down there, so I would
Okay.
say
If you and your partner get into a disagreement,
mhm.
prefer to communicate by either talking it out, texting first, or you need time, then talk.
Talking it out. Talking it out, because with texting, it can be lost in translation. It can be so messy, and it's not even that. It can be misunderstood in so many ways and not even that. I would say verbal communication, face to face, or just, on the phone or however we could do that. I think that would be first. Then if there's a space where it's like, I cannot verbalize how I'm feeling in this moment, go back to YouTube, find a song. All love songs on YouTube. Like, there's some songs that's like, "You messed up, you hurt my feelings. Why did you say that?" There's some guides that
It's out there.
like, you can find a way to, get out how you're feeling, and then, whichever other methods come after that.
Now, as we get ready to wrap it up, I want you to just think about it for a second. And then when you are ready, I want you to speak to the person that you feel would align with you and let them know. How will they know if they're the right match for you?
I think they would know when the only person you wanna talk to. Like, first thing you get up in the morning, first person you are thinking about, even when you go to rest at night, like, that's the person that I wanna talk to. I wanna tell this person throughout the day, get me mad at the copy machine and, like, stuff like that, like, the gas pump was whatever. I think
Mhm.
you know that that is your person, and outside of just the surface things, but, like, really sharing your heart, you know? If there's like some type of sadness or, some type of triggering memory, just being able to call that person and share what you're feeling and, allowing that space to vent and just say, I'm not having a good day because, this means 3 years ago my dog died and I was three, just different,
Yeah.
just that longing to want to be around that person and see them. That's what I feel is how I know
Mhm.
that the person that is for me that I wanna be with, and I would imagine for men, for others, that's how they know that that is the person.
Okay. Awesome. Rebecca, that wraps up the show. The fun part comes in because now you guys, you've listened to all of her responses, and hopefully a lot of the answers that she has given registers with who you are. So, if you feel like Rebecca is your match, I want you to send an email to be and iamsimplybree.com. And when you send your email, I want you to put episode 1 Rebecca in the subject line. So we know who it is that you're interested in. Now, please understand that you may feel you are the best match for Rebecca, but we have a matchmaker that's really going to be able to help us figure out if you are the best match for Rebecca. So, once again, if you feel like, hey, this is my lady, I'm tired of playing these games, I'm ready to settle down, and I need a nice, wholesome woman, a real woman who's about her business. Go ahead and send your email to B and A at iamsimplybree.com. And we will filter through. And those who we feel are the best match for her, we will definitely reach back out to you guys. So, just to run it down one more time, Rebecca, let them know. Of course, they know your name's Rebecca, but your age range, your location, what it is that you do, and then what is your current relationship status?
Currently, I am single and I am ready to meet and mingle and marry. I am currently in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm right outside of New Orleans, so it's like 45-minute drive. My age range, I am 42, so I'm looking for someone who is like 42 to 55. I'll go up to 60.
Okay.
That I'll go up to 60, but 40, 42 to 55, 60 at the max. Someone who is just ready, someone who's not about playing any games, who's like still trying to figure it out and wanting to have all these people, whatever, like someone who's really serious and has an open heart, open mind, and they're ready to just live life,
Yes.
grow,
All
and
right,
build.
Rebecca. It was lovely having you on. And before we go, are you open to dating long distance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I am open to dating long distance. I'm open to relocating. Like I said, I'm about to be an empty nester in a couple months. So I am not tied to just being here. My kid is going away to college. And so I'm ready to go and start my life with my person.
It was great talking with you. I will definitely follow up with you, especially when we have a match so we can move on to the next phase. If you guys are out there and you're interested in being a guest, you can definitely also send an email to a B and A at iamsimplybree.com. And until then, we'll catch you later. Bye.